So I'm trying to make a stealth antenna for 2 meters to play around with APRS, and I made a very thin wire antenna using very thin wire. As you can see, that's the ground. It's a half wave antenna, and that's the top piece. However, I'm getting a SWA 3:1. Now, when the antenna was indoors, I got a SWA of about 2:1. So there's something not quite. Yeah, it might be because there's this metal here, but when it was stuck on this side of the window, I was getting much better SWA than on this side. Yeah, it could be that metal in there, I guess. So this is version 1 of the antenna. I've got the bottom held down with some tape on the windowsill. That's where I've got it soldered in the middle. And I've just moved it so it's going to be a bit floppy, but it was straight before. So going from version 1 of my thin wire, I went to the hardware store and trying to buy some brazing rods because they're thin metal rods, but they didn't have any. What they did have was galvanised garden wire, 1.6mm diameter, and I thought, yeah, I can try to upgrade my thin wire with this thicker wire. And I thought, well, how am I going to keep it all together? Because I need something that's going to keep these bits quite solid, give it some structure and some, something solid to work with. So I found in the plumbing section, I found a T-piece. And then I thought, okay, so I've got my T-piece. I can hold my wire in there somehow. How can I hold my wire in there? Tap bushers with a hole in the middle. So that's what I'm going to use to try to make version 2 of my antenna. So I mounted the 2 bits of wire into the end and put some masking, some insulating tape around it, and then I've progressively been cutting little bits and pieces off in 5mm stages to bring the SWA down, and I've got a pretty decent SWA. Look at this. So if I go to calibrate, okay, so right, calibrate. Can't quite hold the phone while I do this, so you'll have to trust me on this. Right, the SWA meter is actually going all the way back when I go from calibrate to SWA. However, when I go from forward power, so I've put the rig on medium. So if I go from forward power, oops, okay, forward power on medium, so that's on the 20 watt setting. So I've got about 5 watts out, and then if I go to reverse, reflected, I've got less than 0.5, well, point something. It's tiny going back. So, tiny SWA. So now I'm going to try to mount it on my piece of string that's outside. Inside I'm getting a really low SWA. Outside, let's just see how it goes.